Hi, my name is Neil Kurpati and I would like to introduce the Environmental Club.
My name is Sydney Heike.
And my name is Zara Lewin.
And we are the co-presidents of the Environmental Club at WPS.
So, I would like to ask you guys about what are your guys' goals and missions? What are you trying to achieve through the Environmental Club?
Yeah, so the Environmental Club is a great way for students on campus to get involved with different issues regarding the environment. So last year we had a big focus on biodiversity, which is ensuring that our campus has enough species, not only a range of species, but enough of each species on campus. Because we noticed that our campus just has a lot of grass and trees and not really many variants of species. So that's something we wanted to focus on.
We also promote a lot of environmental sustainability, and we have an Instagram account that we run where we post about different environmental quotes. And we had an Earth Week last year where we talked about different things involving sustainability during the week of Earth Week.
So, is there any specific events that you guys would like to do in the future or already done that heavily focus on environmental sustainability?
We want to become a more sustainable school in general. I know that we're looking into green schools and having more energy sufficient programs at our school, such as solar panels or composting and recycling.
Yeah, and then last year our main project was building a biodiversity garden on campus. So in the center of our high school campus, we have plants that are native to Florida and that attract butterflies and bees and birds. And we've already had a lot of great growth. It's been almost a year, 8 months I think so far, 8 or 9 months. And we've had so many caterpillars, more than we can count, that have gone into cocoons and then become monarch butterflies. So that's been a really cool thing to watch.
And now we're trying to implement the same sort of sustainable butterfly garden in the lower school. And we built the base of a butterfly garden there the other day.
Yeah, last Friday. So since our school is K through 12, we have great opportunities to work with the younger ones as well. And they were inspired by our garden, so this year we're helping them build theirs, which is really exciting.
Exactly. So we can spread our initiative to the younger generations and show them that environmental sustainability can be fun.
Yes.
Why do you think that the environment is important for people to notice, and how do you think it can impact our community?
Yeah, so with our generation in particular, we're faced with extreme consequences of climate change. So generations before us haven't treated the earth as well as they should, and they've put out a lot of carbon emissions. So our generation is the one that's going to be faced with that, and our children and our grandchildren. So I became passionate about the environment just thinking about that and what are we going to do in 50 years and in 100 years when species die out, when there's too much carbon and we can't breathe clean air. So it can be scary to think about. But with our environmental club and within ourselves, we can start doing small things to improve upon that. So not only in our community, but it's also a global issue, a worldwide issue, national issue. So it's very important, not only with our school, but if we can start here, then hopefully that spreads out with other
And
places.
our environment is all around us. We have trees and nature and flowers, especially in Florida. We're blessed to have great forests and the Everglades.
Yeah, Florida in particular, especially with climate change, you talk about rising sea levels, and we're right at sea level in Florida. So eventually, Florida's going to get smaller and smaller if we keep going with how we're going. So Florida will be one of the first places to flood. So I think living here specifically is very important when talking about the climate.
So, what are some challenges you guys have faced, and how do you think you're going to overcome that?
Challenges.
I would say when you're talking about climate change, like I kind of mentioned earlier, it's a huge issue and it's scary and it's what can I do, right? Because a lot of climate change, a lot of the issues and the carbon emissions are from huge corporations and huge companies. So it's I'm just one person, what can I do? So I think teaching our peers that you can make a small change, even if you don't use a straw for one day, that's one less piece of plastic. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. And then if you do that for a week, that's 7 pieces of plastic, and it keeps growing. So saying that you'll never make a change is incorrect, and a lot of students think that they can never make a change or that it's too hard, and that's not true. I would say that's something that with environmental education, which is something we've done with the Instagram, like Zara mentioned, that a big issue is getting that education out.
Yes, and I think it is a global issue, environmental sustainability. But with each small step that we take, it all makes a big change and it compounds, it adds up, and eventually we can have a big impact. I know, for example, in California, I believe they banned plastic bags, and just by having you pay a couple cents per bag, it changes how much people actually use that. And so small differences like that can have big
Definitely.
impacts.
Or like, even though governments do have a lot of impact over climate issues, the environmental club here, we've done some striking. So on a couple Fridays during school, we went out to the Windermere Town Hall with signs that said "School Strike for Climate" to show our community and our government, our local government, that we do care about this. Because I think a lot of older generations don't know that younger people care about the environment this much. And that's a huge thing. Governments can make certain changes, like Zara said, with the bags in California. So that's another thing that our club has done, just to spread awareness and to show that we do care.
Yeah.
So how would your club like to incorporate like activities that could, like how you said, like going to strike in front of Windermere Town Hall? How else would you like to do, like achieve more activity, bring more people, and help to like make this more aware in our school, especially since your club is a little bit newer and it hasn't been there's not as many people as I believe you guys would like to have. Especially like if you could get the entire school to come and join you, how would you like to incorporate all of these things together?
I think there's definitely room for improvement, and we could definitely grow this club to be a big part of the WPS culture, and that would be like really important not only for us but for our world and just having a good environment for us to live
Yeah,
in.
Zara and I last year got to go, actually like a year ago today, got to go on this amazing trip to Costa Rica, where we got to go to another Nord Anglia school, the Country Day School in Costa Rica, which is a LEED certified school, so that means they're a sustainable school. And we got to see all of the amazing projects they do, and that's how we became inspired for our garden here. And I think seeing that really showed me what our school could do, and they're an even smaller school than us. So they have a great recycling program, composting program within their lower school all the way through high school, which is very impressive. They also have a garden for food items as well, while ours is only flowers for butterflies and bees and biodiversity. And they also have a couple of other projects like bees. They have a beehive there, and they have their own honey, which we got to taste, which was amazing. So I think seeing schools like that and connecting with schools, and like I still keep in contact with someone we met there, that had a big impact on me and shows what we can do in the future, such as composting. And that's a school-wide thing. Like we don't really have recycling bins in our classrooms here, or if we do, they're not effective. So that's something we've been trying to tackle. Definitely a big project because we have to work with the maintenance department at our school, but we hope to achieve something with the recycling and composting.
Yeah, I think just like with connectivity between schools, having connections between different schools could be an important thing for like sharing environmental advocacy and like sharing our techniques, or how they shared their techniques for us. We could share different techniques for other schools in the future.
Well, I love talking to you guys, and amazing responses. I mean, like on point. I think your club will definitely make it up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you guys to get higher and then like bring more people. I would love to see anyone who's watching this like to join this club. I think what their efforts would definitely like help the younger community and help the older community see that we really want to have an impact in the future. So thank you guys for coming.
Of course, thank
Thank you.